Remember when I called you, and you didn't go through. Now you let yourself look at me. You made me.
And what up, what up, what up? What's good with y'all? Aight, so what are we getting into today? So today, we're about to be hitting the dyno. The original plan was to take the CTSV to the dyno, but it's going to be raining today. So instead of taking the CTSV today, we're going to be dyno tuning the LS7 C5, and I'm going to be switching the dates to get the CTSV tuned on Friday. The reason for that is because of the rain, plus we need to do transmission tuning. The way we're going to do transmission tuning after the dyno was we're going to do it on the street. That way we can make sure this thing is shifting under power, but with it being raining, there's no way we're going to be able to put the power down. So to play it safe, even if the ground is slightly damp, I'd rather just reschedule it and not risk the biscuit trying to fuck with that car in the rain, because we are going to be probably mid-thousands as far as horsepower goes. I'm hoping to break Josh's V3 record, but we'll see how it goes. But I definitely don't want to be out there on the streets with the ground even slightly damp or anything like that with a 1,000 horsepower car. So reschedule that out until, come on, what are y'all doing? Y'all, yeah, get it together, motion lights. So we're gonna be taking the LS7 C5 out. The goal for that thing is anywhere between 570 and 600 wheel. If we break over 570, I'm good. My original plan was, I was like, anything over 550, I'm happy with. You guys know I did import the intake manifold. I did import the heads. I literally just threw this thing together with the basic bolt-ons and a Texas speed cam. And I was like, you know what? I wanna keep it simple and just make it as efficient as possible. I didn't wanna have to run E85. None of that. So it was literally a bolt-on LS7, stock injectors with atomic MSD, throttle body, American Racing 2-inch primaries, headers with a 3-inch collector, 3-inch X pipe, and it goes down to the SLP catback that's on there. So super simple setup, 100% bolt-on stuff. So I mean, we'll see what this thing does. I literally just drove it to the gym, so it is my everyday car. AC works, heater works, cruise control works, everything works like factory. Check engine light, all that is off. We can still scan it and run it through the OBD2 port. So it's literally like a factory car. All the gauges, everything works 100%. So you guys know that usually I tend to go extremely overboard with stuff. And when you really look at it, we got supercharged Viper, GT500, the Turbo Silverado's leaving. We got the LSA 350Z. We got the SC300. The 6.4 is about to be twin turbo LS. What else? CTSV. The supercharged notchback. So every single car that I own other than the LS7 C5 is either turboed or supercharged. So this is literally my only naturally aspirated car. Out of all the cars, the C5 gets the best gas mileage. So I think going this route was the best option for me, because I can literally drive this car every single day, no problems. It runs fine, it looks sick as hell, and everything just works like factory. There's no extremeness from like, damn, am I gonna do a pull and break a transmission right now? So having the peace of mind is nice. I feel like with doing all the ported and stuff, I feel like maybe it would have took away from the drivability. Even though we would have made probably 630 wheel naturally aspirated, I just didn't want to be on E85. I want to be able to drive this car down to SoCal. If we go on a vacation to Reading or something, I want to be able to just jump in it and drive it anywhere I want in the US. So that is the plan for the LS7 C5. So with that being said, let's open the garage and get ready to head to the dyno. See, y'all can already see it's already starting to rain. So yeah, I think that was a good call. I literally called Jason after checking the weather, and I was like, bro, I think it's gonna rain tomorrow. So yeah, Friday you get tuned, and today's your day, and I still haven't ordered a tire for the LSA 350Z. I'm ordering today. All right, I'm not about to set the camera out here for a cold start, so I'll be back with y'all once we get to the dyno. So stay tuned. hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy. Alright, what's cracking? So we're just getting here to the shop. I'm currently waiting on Jason. I decided to get here a little early, that way I can pop the hood, let this thing cool off, and hopefully get it closer to ambient temp for actual cold start, so when he gets here he can adjust the tune. You guys know that on the cold start this thing runs kind of funky, so I want to let it cool down, that way he can adjust it all properly and shit. But while I'm right here waiting for Jason, there's something I do want to address, because I get asked this a lot. A lot of you guys heard the video of the car and everyone was saying, oh my god, it sounds so good, like it sounds dope, what cam is that, I want to run that cam. So I just want to emphasize for you guys, man, you do not grab just any cam based on sound. Like, you guys have to stop doing that. People want to grab a cam based on the chop sound. Like, you can't. I mean, you can, but the car isn't gonna run well, man. You have to spec out your cam for what you're doing, where you want your power, the setup, displacement, all that stuff matters. So for example, me personally, if it's on an LS1 car and it's stock displacement, everything, no stroker, then I recommend people either a stage 1 BTR or stage 2 BTR, or even Texas Speed stage 1, stage 2 setups. If it came to a 6.0 stock displacement, no stroker, I would recommend the same thing. Probably highly recommend stage 2, whatever manufacturer you want, because usually they're all close with the LSA and durations on their stages. That's why we're basically saying stages to make it simple for people. If it's a LS2 or a 6.0, but you're stroking it to a 402 stroker or a 408 stroker, then that's when I would say bump it up to a stage 2 or stage 3 cam. Then for my LS3s, I highly recommend just BTR stage 3 or Texas Speed stage 3 for NA build, especially if you're gonna be running the stock intake manifold, maybe stock heads or ported heads, or even if you're running aftermarket Frankenstein heads or AFRs, whatever you're running. I love the stage 3 spec cams on LS3s. But when it comes to LS7s, on the LS7, I would recommend either a 3 for drivability or a stage 4 for power. The cam that I have in here is an in-between size on both those two cams. And the reason why I went bigger on the LS7 is simply because a bigger motor makes a cam act a lot smaller. So a stage 4 on an LS1 would be considered a huge cam. It would drive like shit. You probably would lose power, lose torque, and you wouldn't have anything lower than like 7,000 RPM. So again, the important part is when you spec it out your cam, bro, you have to spec it out for your setup. What intake manifold you're gonna be running, what your compression is, the drivability you want, whether it's an auto, whether it's a stick, like all that shit matters, man. So don't just go grabbing the cam like, oh, it's a big ass hop cam, it sounds sick, and I just want the chop. Like, nah, if you want the car to perform, make power, and sound good, bro, you have to spec it out for what you're doing. A lot of times a smaller cam on certain applications will make more power and torque and drive better than a big ass cam on the same application, because it's just out of whack and not spec'd right, man. So take that into consideration. So don't just go on YouTube and go grab a cam based on the sound of it. Like, spec that shit out. Look at what intake manifold you're running, whether it's a short runner intake, long runner intake, all that is going to matter heavily. Compression, all that. So I just wanted to address that, because everybody kept saying the cam sounds so good, but you know, it's like, bro, you can't take this same cam and just go throw it in a LS1 or a 6.0, because it's gonna drive like ass, especially in a naturally aspirated setup. So consider all that, man. But we're here, we're letting this thing cool off. Jason should be here in about an hour. All right, hella funny. So y'all know we sitting here on the sidewalk. Bro pulled up like, nigga, I'm about to give you a ticket. But yeah, he was like, bro, if you let me get a picture, I'm not gonna give you a ticket. I'm like, perfect. We good?
No, we good.
We good?
We good. I don't see nothing. All I wanted was a picture. I don't see nothing.
It's all good. Huh?
Good Randy's loving.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you, bro. Thank you for not giving me a ticket.
Man, if someone comes up to you and be like, why is he always like that?
It's all good.
I already know they're gonna call it in. Oh, that guy didn't give him a ticket because he knows it.
No, I'm about to move it anyway. It's literally about to go in. Ah, we meet again. Whoa! That thing like it's about to tip over.
They already shot the blocks out.
What do you usually get out of LS7s on pump?
550, 580.
Man, we make 550, bro. I'm gonna add some nitrous.
You're already gonna do that.
Hey, me and Josh talked about it. I've never had a nitrous build, so he's like,
I love nitrous.
he's like, hey, we can do it. He's like, we can easily do 100 shots safely.
Yeah. 580.
Oh, see, I like him.
You said make right around the 570.
You said 550. He said 580.
550 to 580. I think 570 right around there.
What's your guess, Mondo?
Say 560.
560. What's wrong with y'all? Come on.
570, 575, 580, and 560.
The district.
Jason, if
Nah, because we know how much timing this thing will take. People are like, oh man, this is all in May, and I'm like, what do you mean we're at 20 degrees of timing, bro? I know we got like 21 and a half at least.
We're missing a few of them.
What do LS7s take far as like peak timing on here?
The very top could be maybe 24.
24? So it's higher than LS3s?
Right around the same 23. But I don't know if we'll be able to get that.
Why? Pump?
Yeah.
Or I think the injectors.
No, injectors be funny.
Bro, we got a 450 pump in here.
Do you?
Yeah. We just got stock injectors.
Yeah, they're 42s though.
There you go. Why, thank you, Jason. You know how much I've struggled with this leaving the gym? Thank you, sir.
This is how much correction it's applying.
Damn, 10%?
Already, yeah.
Oh, it's going up. 13, 14%?
I'm waiting to see the voltage go up.
Jesus, is it really correcting that much? Or no?
Yeah.
God. Almost 30%?
There.
All right, 20.
Idle, that's how awesome was it idle. Now you hear how it smooths out?
Yeah. C5 all strapped down. Getting ready to get into some tuning shortly. seems like when he revs it, it wants to die down. So still messing with the tuning right now. So we haven't even did any pulls, no drivability or anything yet. Just trying to figure out what's going on with that first. All right, the rollers are spinning. Rollers are spinning. He got his ears plugged. This shit's hella loud. Rip yourself off the dyno, little baby. This thing is gonna be torquey. Alright, Jay's been messing with this thing for a little bit. Still trying to get the drivability and everything down. So I just kind of looked over it. I was wondering if it had a vacuum leak or something, but it seems like he has it, he's getting it situated. So he said it was acting a little funky, but it seems like it's acting a little better now, you know what I'm saying? She getting her act right. Sounds better.
Yeah, that was better. All that ECUs.
Huh?
These all that ECUs. Fucking antiques.
Upgrade this to the new operating system.
No, you should be alright. That was a lot better, huh?
It does.
Yeah, it hangs a little bit. I'll fix that.
It says pinging?
No, hangs.
Oh.
Idle hangs.
Oh, I thought you said it's pinging. I'm like, no!
It's not pinging with 15 degrees of time.
I thought you said pinging. I'm like, bro, we're gonna have a long day. You know what? Let's drive the rest of this 91 out on the dyno and go grab some E.
I think we'll be alright. That was a lot better though.
It does. When you first started revving it, it didn't hang. Seems like after the drivability testing, it seemed like it hung a little bit after on those revs.
Take a little bit of air for a while. But it was clipping on D-cell. There's a limiter that allows the injectors to close. You know, they weren't closing enough. So when it closed, it was just rich, and then it would surge back up and cut fuel, add fuel, so it was surging. It looked like a vacuum leak, but obviously it wasn't, because as soon as I fixed that table, everything's just cleaned up.
Hey man, sounds like tuning to me.
Yeah, it's tuning.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
I'll tell you if it's tuning.
Nah, when I started looking, you're like, what you find? What you see?
Well, I thought you saw something. I'm like, oh fuck, what's going on?
Nah, I went over there because I was like, am I hearing a vacuum leak? You can hear like the little whistle from the throttle body when you start blipping it, but I'm like, I just think it's just a big ass throttle body. So it doesn't sound like and sucking through.
No, I think it's fine.
Cool, you do you, boo boo, you do you. You know, give me 600 horsepower.
We'll find a graph that has 600 horsepower.
All right, so a little update. Jason thinks we're having some fuel pressure drop. We'll see. But on that pull, it made 560 something wheel. I'll go over there and check later because I'm pretty sure he's gonna do another pull. So we'll just get the next pull on video. But it made 560 or something like that at 18 degrees of timing. So we should break 580 if we have the fuel pressure to do it. We'll see. My fingers are crossed. What you trying? Add more fuel pressure or add an injector duty?
You had 89. You're gonna max them out.
Huh?
You're gonna max them out. And it's not, you guys are not big enough because 42 should be able to support what you're gonna make. But if your pressure is dropping, then there's no way the injector is gonna be able to keep up after P1. I think we're gonna hit this one right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit like 47, 48. So there's either a restriction on your feed or what regulator do you have? The Corvette style regulator?
Yeah, the factory one.
Yeah, I don't think you could use a 450 with that.
Huh?
I don't think you could use a 450 with that.
So we have to do a straight through style filter and then regulate it with a fuel pressure regulator, huh? Yeah, I think that's what I did on my my other C5.
These are all the swaps, like all the swaps that Alan does. He uses the correct regulator, but usually only can go 340. Anything more than 340, it'll have high pressure at idle, and then it'll have, have low pressure at wide open because it's restricting it. We'll see right now. They're gonna report it, and then we'll see. But he's gonna get some good power.
All right. pressure drop? What we make? Oh yeah, 581.
Oh shit. So we're dropping off from top.
I wonder if it's fuel or exhaust restriction. What did pressure drop to?
51.
51?
Need a pump.
It has a 450 in there.
Oh shit.
It's probably the fuel filter. The fuel filter on the C5s is what regulates pressure. And it probably can't flow enough through it on the return side to hold the pressure. I think that's what's happening. My old C5 did this.
You have a 450 pump with the stock C5 regulator?
Yeah. It's a drop-in Racetronic setup. 581, that's not bad.
It's right there.
Huh? That's it? What'd you rev it to? Hold on, can't hear you, fans.
About 7,000 RPMs. But look here, well you can't see it, but it's exactly 100% duty cycle.
At 7,000? Ah, great. So what, I'm gonna have a 7K limiter?
65.
65? Come on, bruh. You revving me out like an LS1.
Yeah, this might be a little bit, it was at 11.9, so I can take a little bit of fuel out. We'll see where we're all done, where it ends up.
Should we stop it right there until I do a return setup?
And as far as,
Huh?
what do you mean? Stop tuning it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the fuel filter. It probably can't flow enough through there.
Good power.
Huh?
Good power.
You think with fuel pressure, how much timing is that?
19.
Huh?
19.
19? Oh shit, it should make like 590 then, huh?
I'm gonna find out.
Huh?
I'm gonna find out.
Oh, you about to try it?
Then I'm gonna give you your training wheels. And then, yeah, you can
Dude, what if we break 600? Oof!
That's good power. What cam is this again? This is a Texas Speed Stage 3, right? I guess their second generation.
It's like, yeah, it's the second gen Stage 3 cam they offer. So a little bit bigger than their standard Stage 3, but a little smaller than the Stage 4. I did this cam because I wanted the drivability. I figured with the extra cubes on this, if the Stage 3 drove hella good on the LS3, then a slightly bigger cam on the LS7 should feel good on the street still.
Let's give it some time and see what happens.
Well, we're at 100% duty.
I took some fuel out though. Because it was 11.9 at the top of the gear, so I took about like 6% out, so that should give us right to around 12.5. So we'll drop about 10% duty cycle. So
We'll be at like 90%.
We're gonna see. Yeah, it should be somewhere around 90, 72 in this car.
Well, for LS7s, they're what, 75, right?
72.
But we're gonna tune for 75, right?
Yeah, you can do that. You're the boss, mate.
I thought Z06s revved to 75.
Huh?
I thought Z06s revved to 75.
Yeah, I think it's 7200. LS7.
What about with valve train and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean with the double valve springs, we can drive 75. But if you look at it, the power's already nosing over. I don't know if it's nosing over because it got a little bit lean up top, or it's nosing over just because we're hitting.
Well, you know the axle back's only 2.5. I wonder if we're hitting the exhaust restriction. But we would have hit it sooner though, huh? It would have went flat sooner. You think?
What, it's 2.5.
It's 2.5 at the axle back, but it's 2-inch primaries to a 3-inch collector, 3-inch X pipe, and then at the end of the X pipe before it goes to the axle back, it goes to 2.5 to mate up to the axle back.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't think that's exhaust though.
It's not dropping off, but it's. If you look at it,
Flattening out. Yeah.
You have MSD on here?
Atomic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not the intake.
And throttle body.
You have a 103?
Yeah.
How much are we doing right here?
What, rev limiter?
No, how much power are we gonna make?
I mean, if we make, let's do hopefully 595, maybe 600. I'm going optimistic. 600.
Let's see, man.
600 at 7,000. I don't know though, bro. You got my.
If you do that, then what you're gonna say is, all right, now we got to do bigger injectors. Now we got to do the 85 private hole. Like, you think we can get 15? You think we get 20? We do 85?
Nah, I just want to be able to rev all the way out, and if we ain't got no knock on 91, I'm good with that. There's no knock, right? See, we good on 91 then. This is also Arco 91, so it's the cheap stuff.
There's also 19 degrees of timing.
How much timing are you adding? 20, 23?
The top of the at 68, we're at 23. But if it goes lean, I'm just gonna let out. But it was rich up top, like 11.9, so there's some room there.
I really want my LS7 revving a 7,500.
You want that with also like 110% duty cycle, or did you just?
Oh no. I'm saying later.
Okay.
I'm saying we get the fuel pressure, you know, situated. That's crazy. Even my NA cars got fuel problems, bro. What the?
Let's see, right?
All right, 600 right here, right? Let's see what this does. Shit stank. God, 91? God, I'm back here. 91 smells awful. Smell like a lawnmower. How much?
589.
589. This. I only revved it to 6,500 though. Did it go lean?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We made more power, but it went lean at 6,500. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna try to smooth out the fuel a little bit. I know I have room in the injectors, just a little bit.
Try to add the fuel back with the timing?
Yeah, so now I'm like at 92%.
Huh?
Now I'm at 90. I took fuel out and I'm at 92% duty cycle, so I'm just gonna add a little
Split
bit.
the middle?
Yep, exactly.
Bro, you don't think if we did some bigger injectors, it'll make up for the injectors not being able to keep up, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, we would just be tuning. I mean, 51 is not the end of the world, right? I mean, it's.
Hey, we've been in the 30s before. The 350Z used to nosedive, boy.
Yeah.
All right, about to go again. Wanna try this one more time, see? Split the difference. But we think it's gonna make 600. That is not bad. 600 wheel naturally aspirated? Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I'm right here in the front, hoping a valve or something don't come flying out here. $591? 591? 520 foot-pounds of torque. Added a time and shit, we went up like almost 60 foot-pounds. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the limiter instead of revving it to 75. Jason said we'll probably rev it to, because that was only the 68. So I want to at least stop at 7. But we'll see what the what fueling this shit's looking like. But yeah, we're literally revving to 6,500. I think if we rev this thing to 7K, it'll make 600. So yeah, I think the fix, if I didn't want to redo the fuel system to do a fuel pressure regulator to manually control it, then I could increase the injector size a little bit. But GM base pressure is like 55 psi or whatever, and we're only dropping 4 psi, so we're not in danger area, but it is a slight pressure drop. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I literally could swap injectors and keep the setup how it is, but I'll talk to Josh about it. We got probably a pull or 2 left. See what it makes. It went lean on you?
Yeah.
65?
That was, yeah. That was 66. It was at 12.6.
I think you just want my car to rev up like a LS1, bro. You're doing this on purpose.
LS1.
Yeah, stock L. You're just giving me stock LS3 limiter. He's like, I'm giving him training wheels one way or another.
Gotta keep it on the road.
Fueling's looking good though?
Yeah.
All right, just fired it back up. Probably about to do another pull. This the last pull, or you got a couple more?
This might be the last one.
Huh?
Might be the last one.
All right. Sound like it revved out higher. $592. 1 horsepower. Hey, we made 3 more torque though, baby. Oh, that was all the way to 7K. Here we go. 592, 523 foot-pounds of torque. That is good in a power. Josh thought it was only gonna make like 570. I was hoping for 600. Anything over 550 I was good with, but look at that. And then also what he noticed on there was the map sensor, the KPA was showing, or the MAF KPA was showing like 96. If it was at 100%, that means it would have had full flow. So at 96%, it was basically, it was showing that we had a restriction in the intake. But this has the VariRam intake. So anybody that knows the VariRam intake, it has the ducting that comes out by the fog lights. So on the dyno, it'll probably show less than what like a carbon fiber Corsa K&N or something would show. But when you're moving, this acts as a ram air intake setup. So it's the only intake on the market that forces air into the box, pulls air from outside, and it acts as a ram air setup. So this setup has been proven to make cars faster in the quarter mile. Like quarter mile times show like differences between intakes, but when you're standing still like this, you're not getting that direct airflow into the intake box. So you know it's gonna show in the dyno, but so you guys can see what I'm talking about. right there coming off the box. Those are gonna go right here into the fog light area. So when you're driving, air gets forced in there, goes into the intake box. So yeah, 592 is a good number. I'm happy with that, especially for unported heads, unported intake manifold. Like, those are good numbers. All right, y'all see some cooling on the ground. It's because the belt had popped off on us on diesel, so it got a little hot. So we're adding the coolant back right now. But that's it, man. We revved that one at 7,200. At 7,200, you see it starting to roll off. So I'm not sure if maybe my 2.5-inch axle back is the restriction, but I'm not gonna change the axle back to possibly pick up like 10 wheel. I think where this is for what I'm gonna be using it for is good power. So we'll just leave it here. That last pull was the 72, huh? Yep. At 72, it starts to roll over. Here it is, coming off the dyno. All done. Final numbers, 592, 523 foot-pounds of torque. And then Jason took 2 degrees of timing out, and instead of revving it to 7,200, we're currently revving to 6,800 RPMs. We're gonna play it safe until we can possibly get a little bit better fueling. So we had 23 degrees of timing in it, and we only picked up like 1 extra horsepower, so it didn't make sense to have it that spicy. So that's why he took out the 2 degrees. But yeah, all done. I'm happy with that. We're going for a ride?
Yep.
All right, we're going for a ride. We don't have a GoPro, so we'll be back with y'all once we finish up. All right, what's good, my guys? All right, what's good, my peeps? Just getting back to the house, man. After the tune, the C5 drives so nice. This thing's hella smooth. Woo. Oof. Couldn't be happier, man. I love this car. The execution of this was just done so perfectly. The NA power feels fucking wonderful. Gas mileage is good. So for the most part, I am done with the C5. I don't really plan on doing anything more to it other than the safety precautions. So I'm going to be adding 60-pound injectors on here. That way we can finish up the tune, not have to max the injectors out, because currently these are at about 98 or 100%, pretty much 100% injector duty right now. So I'm gonna add the bigger injectors to it. That way we can bring the injector duty down. We can rev it all the way out, not have to really worry about it possibly leaning out or anything like that. So other than that, that's it. I'm gonna probably order the K-Tech tensioner. That way we can really rev it out and not have to worry about the OEM tensioner throwing the belt, because we did throw a belt on the dyno, and we threw one when we actually drove the car. So I actually I had to go get a brand new belt and whole little thing, man. So I ended up swapping the belt on here again. New belt's fine, but I do want to get the K-Tech tensioner. So tensioner, injectors, throw it back on the dyno, clean it up a little bit more, and then that's that. So right now we do have a little bit of bucking when we're at about 1,500 RPM when this thing's in cruise control. So I'm gonna probably have Jason soften that up and tune that out. He said I'll get worse gas mileage because we have to pull some timing out of it down here, because that's where the cam overlap is. But it is what it is. I'd rather sacrifice a little bit of gas mileage if the thing's gonna run a little bit smoother. So we'll do that, and you know, we'll continue on. But as far as the C5 goes, man, I'm pretty much almost done with this car. So shout out to Josh, man. Appreciate you for helping me. Just called Josh and told him, "What's up, lady?" Hi. Called him and told him on the way here. Called him on the way home and told him what this thing put down. So he's happy with it. Like, it's more than what we thought it was gonna make. So yeah, can't complain. I think with the other injectors and everything all said and done, we should be able to crack 6 on pump gas. So can't can't complain. Exceeded expectations. The combo works really well. And that's that, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll be back with y'all again tomorrow for another video. So until next time, we out.